and became famous for finding these fossils and selling them. And hello, welcome to another episode of How Did You Get There? A show where we're critical of thoughts, ideas, opinions, and beliefs, but not necessarily the people that hold them.
This show is brought to you by Jess FM. Please don't hold Jess responsible. These are our opinions and not his, nor are they the opinions of anybody else on the show, on the station, or anybody else named Jess, necessarily. I mean,
people might share our opinions, but don't hold them liable like you can hold us liable for these opinions today.
They might not even be our opinions. We could be just holding them for the sake of argument.
That's very true.
I came here for an argument.
No, you didn't. So...
That's it. I'm leaving.
No, you're not. Okay.
Okay, I'm not.
So we're talking about leaving.
On a jet plane. I'm Steven on a jet plane.
This could be a longer episode than planned. Today we're talking about leaving, but
it's like a political leaving.
A political leaving. Secession.
Yes.
Not succession.
Yeah, they're different.
They are?
Apparently. Success and secede are two different things.
That seems to be the case.
And I'll leave that for others to discover.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves. The reason that I think we're talking about this is it is not a new idea within Canada, but it is a fresh idea within Alberta.
A refreshed idea.
That's true.
Yes.
Republic of Alberta is not a new idea, nor is Republic of Newfoundland.
Wexit.
Wexit is
because
not. Yeah.
Brexit was so catchy.
And it worked so well.
And it has not worked well at all. It has not worked very well at all. It really harmed the economy of Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Oof, it was bad.
It is all of the bad, I think.
There's
why do you think Brexit happened? What was if we can hit the magic rewind button quickly and just paraphrase the talking points of the Brexit side? I believe it was did not want to be told by the international community how to do local business.
Right. We don't want to be beholden to the overlords.
Right. We want our overlords localized, not participating in a global economy.
I'm a big kid and I can do what I want.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think that's
really a good paraphrase.
I should be if I'm making my own money, I should be able to spend it where I want.
The reason for our downturn is others.
Yep.
And our participation.
Very much othering.
Others. Mm-hmm.
And it was really rough. One of the worst outcomes of Brexit was the voluntary departure of a number of regular folk who were, quotes, others, who went, oh, well, I guess I can't work here anymore. And they left, leaving the economy kind of in shambles. Because they fulfilled a lot of useful roles, like doctor.
Yes, because anyone from Europe could have been a doctor in the UK at that time.
Yeah, because they were part of Europe. I mean, geographically, still part of Europe.
But as a part of a European community.
Yeah, but we're way less European than Europeans. So we don't belong with them. They have these weird ideas.
Like?
Yeah.
Because, that's like France is so close. In a way, yes, but we're not really trading with that part of France very much.
Yeah, like France is very close to us. I've been to France.
Yes,
it was a couple of hours across on the ferry, and there I was. It's like
You didn't go when you were in England? You didn't channel?
I didn't. I did go to France when I was in Europe, but we flew to Belgium and then drove.
Did you drove or did you?
We drove in Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, France, Belgium.
Yeah. We did the lowlands. I get it.
Yeah. But also when I went to Newfoundland, which
went
was before 1947 its own country. And then took the ferry across to France.
That's an interesting statistic, actually, that the percentage of people in Newfoundland and Labrador that voted to join, and because both areas were asked, the exceptionally high percentage of Labrador residents tipped it over the scale because the majority of Newfoundlanders did not wish to join Confederation. So it was the Labrador vote that tipped the scales. They're kind of bitter about it still in the rest of Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But
in some regards, it makes it the choice makes a little bit of sense. If you're an island nation, it's easier to be just like your own nation as an island. I mean, there are other challenges, but if you are a province on a mainland, and a province, I mean, as in a chunk of territory, it's easier to join with the people you're physically joined with.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then also just loyalty to the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yes,
there are a number of folks in the province of Alberta who have looked at the Brexit example and have looked at what they perceive as inequities in the system. Iniquities? Both.
Yes.
Man, I'm going to have to do a little bit of dictionary search here in a second because I'm pretty certain they mean slightly different things.
They do. Iniquity is, so inequity means the outcomes are different. Iniquity means there isn't a presentation of the opportunity.
Right, yes. Like ubiquity.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Yes.
Iniquity is it's nowhere.
Nowhere.
Perfect. Yeah, so apparently these folks feel like they are ubiquitous in Alberta. However, they are not.
That is a thing that we should take care to note, is that the squeakiest wheel isn't the majority position often. And sadly, it also tends to get the grease.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the grift?
Yes. Yes.
So speaking of which, one of the leading voices...
That's a good way to put it.
Yep.
It's, great place. I have a house there. I had a house there. I used to stay a lot of time, spend a lot of time there. And a great place. Do you know that I have friends, they leave their trunk open for their car because they know they're going to be vandalized. They don't want the trunk ripped off in order for them to steal what's in the back. They leave the doors open so when they go in to steal the radio or whatever they take, that they don't rip off the door. They leave the doors totally open so the criminals, when they go and open the door, they don't have to break the windows and kill the car in order to steal whatever it is in the car that they're looking for. And that's at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Nobody lives like that. I have another friend, he has a garage, and in order to save his garage door, he leaves it open so that people can just walk into his garage, take whatever they want, and leave. But all the cars are, so many cars, I've been told this by many people, stars, big people, they leave their doors open so the doors aren't destroyed by these criminals. All over Los Angeles, this is taking place. And you know that. I mean, you've heard that. Christy, could you say a few words?
Sure. Well, Mr. President, I think one of the most impactful statistics that you used today was of the 1,000 arrests that have happened already so far, 439 of them were illegal criminals.
Time frame. I wonder if any of the separatists understand the time frame that they're talking about. Like, I feel like they think they would like to flip a switch and it would happen.
Right up until you press them on some details and they say, well, really, if we vote to secede, that's actually, if we have a referendum on secession, then that just starts the conversation. So it's not immediate. We know it's not immediate, but it's going to happen right away, and you're going to save millions of dollars. And
it's probably a decade, optimistically, away, if everyone voted in favor. If the majority votes in favor. Is it clear or simple? Like, do we need 51 or 60% is really my question.
Yeah, it has to be clear.
Okay.
And I understand that people want to have this, they have these feels about this is not what we want. One of the huge drivers of secession historically has been economic. Right. So in the 1850s, in the United States, the northernish states were heavily invested in industrialization and manufacturing, and the
wool,
and the southern states were heavily investing in the people.
And cotton.
Yeah, and by heavily investing in the people, I mean they were buying them.
It's not unique. It's not unique. Like, if we look at segments of history, yes, at some point, some group owned other groups.
Right, but the bulk, like 85% of the invested wealth in the South was slaves. That was
the labor market.
Their capital was in people, in the not good way.
In case anyone questions why I hate the term human resource.
Yeah. Your salary is the monthly subscription fee that that your employer pays you to access your services.
I absolutely am a whore.
Yeah. Yep.
I sell my services for money.
Yeah, so there was this little dispute down in the States where some of the states in the South went.
Kerfuffle, I believe, is the internet-friendly word.
Kerfuffle.
Civil kerfuffle.
And they spent a little bit of time hashing it out
about disease. We learned a lot about infection and disease.
We sure did. We also birthed an entire death cult. So prior to the American Civil War, we really didn't have the funereal services like we have today.
Neat.
It was mostly the American Civil War that we ended up embalming people and having them their people were so that they could
neat.
All of that stuff, and having that,
like, we didn't worry about embalming, we just shipped and buried.
Yep.
Now we do.
Or buried and have a service or whatever. But now the body is super important. There was a lot of money to be made doing that, and there is today too. So that was kind of cool to discover.
Neat. I love homework.
So
tangential learning.
So we're really invested in this way of doing
when a contract is made, it is made between the two parties and only affects those two parties as far as ownership goes, right? Let's say, for example, there's a lien on my car, right?
Yep.
Because I still owe the bank money on the car, but it's still my car. But I can't sell that car because there's a lien on it,
Right.
right? Because there's already an agreement between the bank and I that's until the car is paid, we have this agreement. But like, let's say that bank just shuts down, right?
Yep.
Now it's my car. That's great. But that contract no longer exists. The lien might still exist with whatever holding company that took over that bank, right?
Right.
So if I have a contract, say I'm a native tribe, and I have a contract with the federal government, and then the federal government has been removed from that participation, since that contract has ended, I just get my land back, just like I got my car.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if there's no longer an agreement between
A level of government that has that agreement and that government no longer is available, it shut down or was removed, then that contract is null, and it goes back to the prior contract state.
right, and that would be really cool.
Mhm.
And I see that that's
That's why I was asking for legal help.
yeah. My take on it is related, but somewhat different. Since Alberta, as part of Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and this kind of ties back to the argument that someone had made that it's Crown land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's in Alberta, so it's Alberta's Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Right, same Crown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is the problem. If Albertans relieve themselves of their obligation to the Crown,
Mm-hmm.
that is to say, secede from Canada,
Mm-hmm.
then all the parts of Alberta to which the Crown is the party to the contract
Mm-hmm.
can't come because they're still the
Party to-
Crown is bound to that land
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So there's great chunks of Alberta that
All.
are part of these contracts that Albertans can't have
Mm.
because they belong to the people and are held by the Crown.
Mm-hmm. And I.
We could sign a treaty.
Legally speaking, there's a couple ways around this. One, the Crown could sell us those contracts, right?
Yeah.
Now we can't change those contracts; they would just become our contracts.
We could renegotiate them.
We could.
Provided the other party would.
The other party would care to contribute.
Although probably knowing if the UCP type government stays in charge, they would just invoke some sort of equivalent notwithstanding clause thing and say
it has that eminent domain. That
yeah,
junk.
you
You
it's
can't
ours.
because it's not yours. Ooh, good call. Quebec
Yeah.
referendum for the same.
Yeah, so I appreciate that people want a better deal.
Yes.
And Albertans aren't the first in Canada to want a better deal.
No.
The Quebecers have wanted a better deal for generations. And
I'm thinking since Wolfe defeated Montcalm on the plains of Abraham, but sure.
yeah, well, that's
generations.
generations. And it's not so bad an idea to want that. I mean, the history of Canada is rife with things where, well, we beat you up, we win. Here's your land back.
Yep.
We did that to the States once. Well, the British Crown on Canadian soil did that to the States once. Took a whole bunch of land right down to Washington D.C., burnt down the White House, and said, "We win. Here's your land back."
So in the dual storytelling of this, they talk about their victory in Louisiana by holding off for British assault, and that they were able to stop that British assault. They don't know and don't tell the part where that British assault received the orders that the ceasefire was signed and they stopped assaulting. It wasn't that it wasn't that their defense was so grand it caused the ceasefire. It was that the ceasefire orders finally made it to that part of the world because boat, and they stopped. They just stopped attacking at that time.
Yeah. So having when the British beat the French, they said, "We win. You can have all your land."
Vassalization was quite common in the time.
You'll be part of Canada, but it's yours. You can do what you want with it.
Yeah, you still get to run your.
You get to be French. You get to be French in Canada. You get to do the thing, and because predominantly those people were speaking French, they continued to speak French, and because they were predominantly Catholic, they continued to be predominantly Catholic. Did those things. They do what they do. The closer you get to larger bunches of population, the more internationalized your population tends to be. Rural Alberta is very rural Alberta. They are whatever you picture a stereotypical Albertan to be typically. If you are a rural Albertan in northern Alberta, you are probably of Ukrainian descent.
Or French. Like if you go northwest, it's Ukrainian. If you go northeast, it's French.
And
like
if you are
to French-only towns in Alberta.
And if you are in southern Alberta, you are likely to be English, broad strokes English, or Dutch.
Yes.
Right. And that's fine. But in Quebec, they were French, mostly French.
Yep.
And
mostly French.
And in the 1970s, they were very keen on wanting to be separate, and they kidnapped a couple of ministers. We call it the October Crisis.
The FLQ.
The FLQ, Front de Libération de Québec. They were very militant about, hey, we don't want to be part of Canada.
Yeah.
A couple of people died. There was a lot of hubbub. There was fear of a civil war.
There was an enactment of the War Measures.
Yeah, the War Measures Act. That was cool. It was cool from a historical point of view because we hadn't done that before.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's not cool because we shouldn't have to do that in a quote civilized society, and B, as much as I'm not a fan of rights, if I have them, please don't trample on them.
Yeah.
So that simmered along for a little while, but it did give rise to some very separatist moves that attempted to separate by legal channels. And in 1995, there was a huge referendum, which was not a victory.
No,
like it was a victory for remaining in Canada, but only by the slimmest of majority. Because about half the people said, no thanks, and half the people said, yeah.
And very much like Alberta, rural Quebec voted heavily in favor of separation because I find it weird that people say heartland because usually it's the extremities and not the heart that have these feelings. Weird to say that. So I think the same would show true here in Alberta where...
What is that? Oh, that's us, yeah.
That's us. Yeah.
So much.
Oh, that's a good one. The For Canada Project.
Yeah.
Which has opened the door. I like this. I like the spin doctoring that goes on with this. So Forever Canada. Oh, wait. Hang on.
Beautiful. Forever Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, Forever Canada is a group. There we are. That took under advisement the Premier's new way of getting...
Well, actually had to do it under the old way.
Oh, yeah, even better. That's right.
They said the separatists in Alberta were going to make a petition under the new way of getting something on a referendum on the ballot. And Thomas Lukaszuk, former minister in the Progressive Conservatives. I met him once. Generally nice guy. I didn't agree with how he was doing his job, but that didn't stop him from being a nice guy.
Yeah.
He was actually reasonable. He had reasons for doing the thing. I just disagreed with his course of action. Yeah. And it's fine.
That's the way the world should kind of go.
But he got wind that the separatists were going to do this thing, and they were going to get under the new rules and have to get like 250,000 signatures to get a referendum about separating. And he went, you know what? We can only have one question of a related kind at a time. I'm going to go get my question approved. And so he got it done under the old referendum rules and had to get this. He had over nearly 300,000 signatures. Did okay.
Yeah. I think it's up on the screen now how well it did.
Yeah.
In just 3 months.
Yeah. So yeah, the new rules are you have to get fewer signatures, but you have longer to do it.
Ah. Well, look at that.
Yeah. So we got this petition
Challenge
done.
accepted.
Challenge accepted, and 10% of Albertans signed this.
Which is a significant portion. Like, that's what turned up for your municipal election.
Yeah. So that was really good. And Thomas Lukaszuk did, or his question was, do you think that Alberta should remain in Canada?
Yes.
Like, honestly, that is a mom and apple pie kind of question, right?
And it is not ambiguous.
It is not ambiguous.
So it would make an excellent...
It is not calling for the breakup of Canada.
No.
So it doesn't invoke any of the... It doesn't invoke the Clarity Act.
Right.
Because it's not invoking... It is not calling for the breakup of Canada. It's not calling for a dissolution.
No, it's just...
It's an affirmation.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't even... So everybody said, "Oh well, under the Clarity Act, they're going to have to recraft the question as to be clearly about separation." It's like, nope,
because it's not.
Nope, it's not. It's about staying here. So, and it's really a pulse checking. Canada isn't perfect. Yep, I don't know a country that is.
No, yeah, no.
There is a lot of information that's available on the Forever Canadian site.
It's well done. It's well hosted. It's up to date.
Yeah, there are things that I would like to see different about how provinces are treated in our confederation. But I think that some attention does need to be paid to people, since country is mostly about people. I mean, it's about the resource management.
They are laws of the land.
Yes, but
in case you want to, that's where I default to. Is this about? No, these are the laws of the land. Whether I'm on that land matters.
Yeah.
As a Canadian citizen, my Canadian law doesn't apply if I'm not on that land.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's good that he's really been fairly clear about what it is that he is saying. He's saying, well, you know what? It's not. There's better ways to fix it than taking your ball and going home.
Yes.
And I would tend to agree. I remember when Quebec was going to take their ball and go home, as it were, and I was thinking, this is going to be really awkward. And I think my position has moderated now that it's closer to home. At one point, it was like, fine, you can go, but you got to leave behind. Oh, actually, I guess that's the same position. You can go, but you have to leave behind all the treaty land because that's not yours.
National parks.
National parks because they're national.
Ports of entry.
Yeah, and Canada will of course withdraw everything that is Canadian from your country. So we will close all the military bases and cement up the pipes.
Yep.
We will withdraw.
Traditionally do this. Ask France.
We will withdraw all of our troops. We will withdraw everything. You will not receive one red cent. We will set up borders on your little enclave, wherever that has to be. And if you want to come, to Toronto,
you'll need your passport.
You'll need your passport.
You'll need your passport to go to Regina.
Yeah, right. All of those things. And I know it's like, yeah, you know what? Fine, separate. But there are consequences, and the consequences are you don't get our money. You don't get our. I mean, we can't stop using the money if you own it.
That's true.
But I don't think our government's going to lend it to you.
No, yeah, probably not. I love that from this group, that the U.S. is ready to support. I don't know how that. I don't think that that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think they care.
Oof. Yeah.
Not so much. Not so much about just Alberta.
Yeah. All right. We are about halfway through. How did you get there?
Oh my goodness.
This is
Steven. I'm Jeff. It's our little show about thoughts, ideas, opinions, and beliefs, so we can be critical of those things and not necessarily the people that hold them. Again, the penny is not sponsoring us, but check out the espresso brownie. My goodness, so good. Yeah, it's.
Yep. I won't have to eat for
yeah
minutes.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So. Oh, Americans. Yeah. So when the separatist Albertans say, well, we're going to become our own country, and then if we have problems, we're just going to join the United States. I thought you wanted to be your own country.
There it is. That's the one that's got me. Is if you want to be independent, don't show me your next move is joining a different group that might not treat you as well.
Right?
Like to point out.
Oof.
That's a good clip. We could throw that up.
So the separatists have said, well, what will you? We've been asked what we would use for money. Well, we have lots of options. We could make our own. We could do this. We could do that. And I'm like, okay. Setting up a mint to create your own currency is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And what are you going to do about your borders? Because instead of having like just basically the one you have to worry about,
one, two,
when
three,
you're gonna have 4, and one of them is real awkward in the mountains.
Yep.
So that's going to be awkward for you too. And separatists are want to separate, and certainly members of the United Conservative Party of Alberta, who currently form government, aren't distancing themselves from the idea. But it does seem that they're not making any kind of plans.
There's one
for
other
or against it.
weird little federal sticking point, I think.
Oh, what's that?
Certain current leader of the opposition holds a seat in Alberta.
Oh.
So I think federally they're gonna receive a bit of a pushback because that amount of blue in Parliament is heavily fortified by Alberta. And I don't think they're keen to let the heartland go, especially since the leader of their opposition is from a place he can't spell or pronounce, but it's in Alberta.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. And so, So that's going to be tough too. So it will have repercussions both ways, and I think that the staunchly conservative base is going to, in some regards, oppose not having a say, especially if it causes problems right now. It's interesting that there's so much talk about it, and there seems to be a lot of prep work going into having a self-contained statehood of sorts. The provincial police force controlled by the government, the Alberta pension plan, which is pensions not vested in the Canadian government.
Correct.
But only in Alberta.
But still, I mean, the actuaries got back to us on this one. Don't do it. Like even Dave Carpenter, stood up and made a big speech about don't do it. When I say even Dave Carpenter, former mayor of Lethbridge, very conservative,
longest, tallest mayor of his kind in the world.
Yeah, he definitely sold off our power infrastructure. He still sees this as a bad choice.
Yeah. Smith has been kind of cute about dangling the possibility of separation, then backing away from it. Oh.
That's fun. And this really does.
Fish out of water.
Marco
Polo.
So, and there's another thing that if I was Joe International Investor, I typically look for low risk, high reward. And I think a volatile government, well, the tease of being a banana republic and taking over ownership of that republic by controlling its major export, while that appeals to me, the investor, it might not work out. So I might not invest at all.
Yeah. I sometimes think that the separatist sentiment is driven by personal feelings about injustice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that those feelings may be misdirected. Because we are in a confederation and the provincial government is like a branch office in many and a semi-autonomous branch office of the federal government.
Yes.
All under the crown. We have a lieutenant governor, and the whole works. If you're not happy with what's going on in the province, the answer is not to yell at the federal government. The answer is to fix the provincial government. So if you are dissatisfied with levels of service, maybe you change the provincial government. If you are dissatisfied with levels of taxation, start with changing the provincial government. I am dissatisfied with the current levels of taxation in Alberta, but not in the way that many people would expect. Well, maybe unless they know me.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't think we pay enough tax.
Mm-hmm.
We want all the good things,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't want to pay for it.
I would rather, if as an equalization solution, 1% less federal tax, 1% more provincial tax.
Right. Cool. I think that'd work.
Yeah.
The federal
That would actually almost stabilize the concern.
Yeah. Everybody's complaining about equalization. Everyone who wants to separate seems to be complaining about equalization and how unfair it is. But I'm not certain that it's unfair. It's based on the ability to make the monies. Now, I don't like the formula.
Yes.
I think the formula does disproportionately favor other people, other provinces. But the money goes and then comes back so that every level of government can do the things it's supposed to do, right? So we send money to the federal government to do federal things, not national defense and maybe air traffic and
international communication. Lots of things that are federal government responsibility, and collectively Alberta taxes and receives funding from the federal government to support federal initiatives. So the money we send money away and money comes back. We don't need as much from the rest of the country because we have some undertaxed but taxed resources that we make some money on. And I think that it would be great if we made more money on our resources. And it's not necessarily selling more of them, but make a fair return. Yes. Proper corporate tax rate on resource extraction would be great.
Yeah.
And by proper, I mean like 40%.
It needs to be a number that's larger than what it is now,
which is
less than 100%.
Yes.
But it seems to me that it's our resource and we could charge what we want for it.
There's a certain amount of exactly that goes on in my brain. Like, I'm Norway, and I want to sell my oil to the international market. So I invite international oil companies to come collect this oil. I'm just mindful, and I inform them prior to their beginning, I'm a 51% owner of what they're doing.
Yeah.
You go ahead and do what you want. I just can tell you no at some point. And you know what? they're highly successful with this formula. They're the world's largest shareholder in things in the world.
Because they're also, because they're shareholders, they are also carrying the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Instead of just saying,
they're taking their benefits and buying other companies around the world
and doing more and more of the same.
Yes.
Which is great.
It's
and I don't think that the Republic of Alberta, I don't think the people who are pushing for a Republic of Alberta are going to be like that. I think that most of those people are of the mindset that making money is the purview of corporations, that no one else can make money but corporations, and so will not engage in resource development or resource extraction, except to say, give me the money, do what you want. Give me the money, do what you want, and do lots of it, because I want lots of money, but I want none of the risk, and you have to do all the work. And we might hold you accountable for some standards, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
Right. And the provincial government really does have the ability right now to manage all of that, and they're just not. And could we share? We absolutely could share. Should we share? Well, that's pretty socialist. Being, social.
I mean, nobody likes going to a party. Just saying. People hate being social.
Yeah. It's definitely not. It's definitely what we're engaging in is not communism.
No. This one pains me. It happens so much. When I hear the left supports the liberals, I want to point out no. First, the liberals are centrist, maybe a little bit right-leaning, and those of us who are on the left just are baffled. And no, I don't. I mean, I have certain particular opinions about our current prime minister, and I just he said he would be giving us 2 years of crap. I'll give him that chance. Like that was his promise during the election, was the first 2 years are going to suck. Funny to me that everyone's like, it's been 7 months and look, because it hasn't been 2 years. Anyway, so the left doesn't necessarily just support Carney. I just want sorry.
Oh yeah. So I was thinking about this whole equalization problem. Like, we send X billion dollars to Ottawa and we only get $12 billion back. Okay. So why aren't small cities in Alberta proposing to secede from Alberta?
Yeah,
because the provincial government disproportionately takes money from everyone else, and they give more money back to the two big cities.
I am not reaping the rewards of a new stadium in Calgary.
Right.
It does not do anything for the economy of Lethbridge.
And I did the math, and we are absolutely disproportionately funding the rest of the... And it's not fair. Southern Alberta, we've got cattle and food and whatever else, and we can't make as much money as we want to because the province keeps taking all our money and giving it to...
Oh, yeah. You think you're...
Giving it to a big city.
We'll just cut them off from milk and beef. And then we'll see.
And then we can be our own Lethbridge, the
city of Lethbridge,
the city-state of Lethbridge.
Yep. And we've got the milk and the beef and the wheat and the sugar.
And if you're sitting there thinking, "Man, that sounds ridiculous,"
yes,
I agree.
It
does sound ridiculous.
That is the case we're making,
and that is the exact case we're making.
We're not necessarily doing the reductio portion of the ad absurdum, but there we are. It is
observium ad reducto.
I've noticed that get weird and small. So this is I find this thing interesting.
Turn the telescope around.
Who's responsible for what? Quick straw poll. Type in your comments or whatever. Which level of government affects you directly most often?
Right. My vote would be for civic.
Yes.
The municipal government affects me most often.
And directly.
Every time I want
a parking ticket. Turn left in this lane. What hours am I allowed to be open in my business? What, like all of it. Can I do business?
When my car breaks down, can I get to work in a timely fashion?
All of these things.
Right? Can I expect to drive down a road safely without getting hit by a car?
But what if we have an infrastructure problem at the municipal level, but it's a provincially funded thing? And so the city does its best with the resources it has, but is expecting its provincial contribution based on, the fairness among communities, that say there shouldn't be a burden on this. The city shouldn't have to take out a loan to pay for the thing the province should be paying for.
Right. We shouldn't have to borrow $300,000 to facilitate an election under the terms that the provincial government has required us to do. For example.
If I hold a tournament and if I own a business and I require my employees to wear certain uniform, I provide certain uniform. If I give them guidelines as to the uniform that is acceptable, they supply the uniform.
Right. So if the Alberta Provincial Police is required to wear brown jackets?
Yes. Then the brown vestments can be purchased by the Alberta government. They already are. And they can wear those. I'm sorry to all the fish cops that do already wear brown. My apologies.
Yeah.
And also for calling you fish cops just now.
Yeah.
Conservation enforcement
I really like
officers.
our conservation enforcement people. I believe that they are probably the most valuable of the provincial enforcement people, because they're helping conserve our.
Guess which department didn't get extra funding, but instead we opened a whole different branch of provincial police force.
Oh, but still give conservation enforcement more responsibilities for law enforcement.
Yes. I have been to community events being policed by the Fish and Wildlife officers, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you've got to watch out for drunk walkabouts, and instead you'd rather be finding poachers, not people poaching salmon. Oh my God.
And you don't even like salmon.
No, but we're in Alberta.
But if we're gonna poach it, that's
little white wine.
Yeah.
Some rosemary.
No,
I know, right? So I don't know how much of this
just the headline. Pull us that headline.
Yeah, let's see that one. This is the. I love that we have this stuff in the background for you guys because we sort of read it and we kind of tie into it, but
no one is asking for a provincial police force.
It's a letter to the editor. I mean, I would love this to be a fact piece and not an opinion or a letter, but dear editor,
it's not literally letter. No one, but it is proportionally no one.
It would be the same as. And let's just take their numbers. There were 40,000 people in Edmonton for the separation rally. We're just going to take their numbers, right?
Yeah.
So that's 1% of the population. There were 460,000 signatures
saying, "Hey, let's not separate."
That's 10%. You scale this up, down, sideways. Don't care. It's a minority opinion.
I regret that I have a minority opinion that we should have a provincial sales tax.
Yeah.
I'm a huge proponent of consumption tax, and that is going to be the only way that that Alberta as its own state is going to be able to fund all the crazy things that
they think they can
fund
without becoming a banana republic. You can absolutely sell all the oil, and then we can just be a banana republic, an oil republic if you'd prefer not to say banana. But that's what it is. That is the goal of the separation group, is that the top 3 people get really rich, and some coal company in Australia and some oil company out of Texas run us.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how else to put that out there without being rude.
Others of the separatist movement, not the Jeffrey Rath, but others,
There's, I think, 3
Wilson?
parties.
Is it
even?
Wilson?
Yes, Casey.
Yeah, KC is not his initials. KC is King's Counsel.
Oh, I thought he was
He's
like a Kentucky colonel.
No, he has just left his Sunshine Band. Yeah, no, he is King's Counsel. He is like.
So he was
he's an
QC before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is actually a lawyer and, quote, constitutional expert.
In good standing?
As near as I can tell, I haven't gone looking.
Okay. That's right.
But I think it was him. It was one of them that said, why should we separate? Well, because no more federal taxes.
No.
But if we're only our own country
and we collect
taxes, that'll be federal taxes.
I just even. It's not how words work. Sorry. It's not how words work. If
I lost the plot.
Well, no,
they lost the plot.
They lost the plot. Casey Wilson and this is Sunshine Band is not the same type of separatist, and there is a third group, and I'm sure they're the only actual like potentially thoughtful ones, and they're like, hey, if we slow roll this, maybe. No, right. K, letter K.
Keith Wilson, comma, KC. Father, husband, Albertan, lawyer, property
Casey,
rights and constitutional law.
There you go.
Not taking new clients.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. He looks very serious. So as an actor that's done headshots, all of these are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Just when I see
auditioning for the role of Uncle.
That's right. Funkle. Drunkle?
Lawyer, speaker, innovator.
What? I mean, we all are. Look at how I opened up this can.
Of worms?
So I don't know if you caught that thread at all. It was wonderful to me. I thought I would avoid the rush and not be early, so I just have my own can of worms. I'll just open them now. I don't need to be early. Yeah. I brought my own.
Yep. Worms.
Represented industry associations, not-for-profit associations, participated on government legislative review initiatives, been a keynote speaker at many conferences, and is regularly interviewed by the news media on current legal topics.
Wow. He's big on constitutional law and rights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Was also really big on invoking Article 33 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms to send teachers back to work and deny them the right to strike.
Well, there's the rub. Those are both in the Constitution.
Yeah, well, but he was like, yeah.
He was extolling virtue A to conquer virtue B.
Yep.
Yeah,
those rights
virtue B to conquer virtue A.
Yeah. And
I believe there's a reason they're in the order they're in.
Yeah, the order in there isn't intended to.
Oh, it doesn't reflect priority. No.
However, we tend to list them in that order because they're the ones that we think of first, right? And there's a bunch that the Section 33 can't touch. But just for good measure, you can't. The provincial government did recently take away those rights, and you know how everyone's really upset that the federal government took away our rights, especially a lot of the separatists were really upset because the federal government was taking away our rights
just without
consequence. But so good of the Alberta government to take away the rights of teachers because it was convenient way to solve the problem. And
Well,
it's okay to do that because the teachers are holding us at ransom.
I'm guessing a number of our members of Legislative Assembly on the UCP side have children in school, and we're tired of paying for childcare. That's my guess.
Right, and I can see how that happens. And it was weird that after 18 months they were surprised that the teachers went on strike.
What a shock!
So I did observe in the the Twitter sphere, that teachers get approximately the same working hours and time off as the average person working on a rig.
Mm-hmm.
However, they get paid on they get paid about the same actually per year on average. If you look at the median-ish income for teachers and rig workers, same time off. However, if you work on a rig and you work more than your allotted time to get your job done because you need to get your job done, you get paid overtime.
Yes.
And you still get your time off.
Mm-hmm.
About the same amount of time off as a teacher. And yet, somehow, teachers are terrible for wanting safe working conditions. Imagine that you were suddenly, as a rig worker, denied your overtime pay. Because you get paid enough.
Yeah.
You should be able to do your job in the time that's available.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you say, well, yeah, but it's real dangerous, and I would like you to take care of that, and I'd love to be paid for my overtime, or at least have some of that recognized. And the response of the oil companies is not, okay, let's deal with those issues. It's, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to eventually hire more people and open more well sites. Will that solve your problems?
Yes. That will definitely,
if we hire more people,
definitely take care of the safety and improve my wage.
No,
that's right.
No.
It's
so
the opposite.
That is the solution that the province has proposed for teachers.
Yes.
Now, if we were our own country, we wouldn't get anything from anyone else.
No.
To pay for that.
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be any extra money coming from anywhere else to pay for healthcare. So,
but we don't have taxes, right? Because our new republic.
Right. So we won't be sending that money to Ottawa to come back to it. We'll have it all here.
Nope. There won't be any to have here. There's no taxes.
Right, because there's no federal taxes.
There's no federal taxes.
Right. I feel that the consequences of this separation idea are
impractical.
The consequences are going to be painful.
I don't believe that it is a well thought out idea that even let's just assume that they're able to justify their necessary port access for the export of oil. So no, still, because you can't, because it doesn't exist prior to separation. So you can just stick to rail cars. That gives you the port access as guaranteed by the UN. It does not mean build a new pipeline.
Yeah, I feel.
I also think if you burn those bridges with the rest of the Confederation, you're less likely to get that pipeline. Well, we'll just run into the States. Ooh, I don't know if you can have a trade agreement with them. That's a whole different kettle of international law that you haven't even touched yet.
Yeah, so I'm strictly speaking opposed to secession, but I am broad strokes opposed.
Yes, it is not a finite. This is not the hill I die on.
Yeah,
never separate. Currently, under all offerings of separation, I will not separate.
Yeah. So I think that it's. I think that we've got. There's so much that we could be talking about. But I don't know that we have any more time.
Yeah. This is a wide open topic. We're going to switch things up. We'll be back probably in a week.
Because otherwise we're gonna have Christmas problems, and we're gonna have some other things
like 21st Shakespeare meets 19th Shakespeare meets. So come on down, support your community. Citizens of Montreal, come to see Left. So now that you're watching us in Italy, come. Shakespeare meets Dick into Casa.
It's going to be great. So thanks for tuning in. I will remain Stephen.
I will be Jeff. Over there, Sean.
Hey, Sean, award-winning Sean. Thanks for helping out. Thanks, Jess.
We should have kudos. Kudos to Sean for your award today.
The Lethbridge Independent Film Society had an amazing festival, the 4825.
Love it.
Maybe we'll get somebody on from there in a future episode.
Oh yeah, we'll promote that show before it happens next time.
Thanks again. Tune in next time.